So check this craziness out. Okay, so we're in the woods, and there, right there, is the awesome abandoned house. But in the backyard is all this crazy shit. And I'm all convinced those kids are gonna come back. But look at it. I am so impressed with myself that I found another abandoned house in the woods. But before we even think about going over there, look at this craziness. First of all, keyboard hanging from this metal frame. I don't know what that's all about. Bunch of very old computers, word processors, and this giant hot tub. Like, that's a hot tub. But yeah, so I see VHS cassette tape, but then, oh, this is the ink to the word processor. Look at that. If you're not old, you won't know what this is. I would type my college reports on one of these. You put the ink cartridge in there, and it's like a typewriter, but it had a monitor, a computer monitor. Anyway, yeah, word processor. Anyway, back to all this crazy shit. So there's a whole bin of VHS tapes. Can you just imagine what is on them? Look at this. That's a fax machine. That's an old-time fax machine. Where's the phone part? Right here. Fax machine. In case you're young and have never seen one, that's what we used to do to communicate. I mean, they still have fax machines and they are still in use, but they don't look like that, I don't think. Or maybe they do, I don't know. Oh, and there's a cassette tape. It's the Chamber, John Grisham. Okay. This is weird, but look at it. It's like the abandoned garage, abandoned house, and you can't see it, but there's a bunch of abandoned, like there's 2 trailer homes down there. This is so exciting. And while I was standing here, I could hear, that's the overgrown driveway. It's like, it goes all the way down, and the kids came up from there. So I ran that way. Oh, there's another hot tub. I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow to go in there. Maybe we'll take a peek. So all these VHS tapes seem to be normal movies, which is boring. I wanted like embarrassing home videos or like something crazy found footage, but they're all normal movies like Chasing Amy. I saw that in the movie theater. Whatever happened to Joey Lauren Adams? Seriously, comment below if you know what happened to Joey Lawrence Adams. Joey Lauren Adams. Joey Lawrence is a completely different person. But yeah, in this creepy little shoe, and a snowman. We don't even have to go in the house to find all the cool stuff. Look, all their private files are right here, like getting destroyed outside in the open. Craft scissors. They don't open. I keep looking up, waiting for those kids to come back up that driveway. But I am an adult. I'm an authority figure. I can pretend this is my house and I can boot them off. I think this was a storage shed, obviously. And all this stuff was in the storage shed. And vandals came along and destroyed it. So, yeah, they didn't leave these items outside. They used to be protected. Always creepy. Dolls are always creepy. And they're always missing body parts. Look at this little cat statue. Is that a water bowl for a cat? The cat looks kind of vicious though. It looks like a rat. That looks like a rat. Look how long the tail is. It's a really long tail and it's got little claws, like non-cat claws. You look like a rat, not a cat. Okay, let's get a little closer. Because those kids just brazenly walked up this. Went in there, I didn't see. I don't know where they went after that, but they came out with a roll of carpeting. I really can't explain that. There's a mongoose. That was an expensive bike at some point. It was a very expensive bike, and now it's lying here. There's so much to see. Look at, oh, there's a garage with stuff. Look at the basketball hoop hanging there. And then there's like trailers, look. Look at the, oh, look at the, what is that? A wishing well? We're going over there. We're going to the wishing well. What is up with that? See, look at this creepy driveway. You wouldn't even think about coming up here, but those kids sure did. Look at this. It is, it's like a wishing well. Oh my God, that's friggin' cool as shit. I want to make a wish. Do I have a penny? I do. Look, it's a real well. I don't want to drop my phone in the real live wishing well. What is that? It's a real wishing well. Okay, I didn't have a penny, but I do have a dime. So this wish is worth 10 regular wishes. I'm making my wish. I can't say what it is. It won't come true. So I think I'm gonna come back here on another day when I have more time, and hopefully when it's warmer out. It is the very end of April and it is like 40 degrees. It's suckishly cold out, but I think it's gonna be that way for a while. So I'm gonna come back. There's also a spooky old shed. There's the garage, the kick-ass wishing well, and the house, and a bunch of trailers and truck beds all in the front. So there's a lot to explore. That's why I don't want to do it now. I don't have time. But let's see if we can take a little peek in the house. I mean, you're going to see all of it. It's all going to be in one video anyway, but so who cares? Let's go. Let's go take a peek. I'm in the garage. See? And there's tons of cool stuff. But I haven't even checked out any of it. I feel like I'm being watched though. I don't know why. I just get the feeling. Now I want soup. Campbell's soup. I don't know why. I don't want to look because I'm coming back here. It's 2 days later and I'm back earlier in the morning so that all bratty, nosy little kids cannot foil my urban exploration adventures. There it is again. And we're gonna go inside that now. I've already shown you all that mess. We already saw that yesterday. No need to recap. We all know what's over there. Let's get to the good stuff in there. Let's go. There's the awesome wishing well. Okay. Now I'm starting to wonder if I'm here too early for the kids, but just early enough for all the homeless vagrants that might be residing in there. I'm totally getting that feeling. I'm getting that I'm gonna get murdered by whatever's in there feeling. You always have to stay cognizant of these things. Never be naive enough to not think that some undesirables will be dwelling in the abandoned houses that you explore. I want to go up there, but I don't want to be murdered. I'm not Irish. I can't pronounce this old world Irish name. Sorry. If you can pronounce it, post it in the comments. Okay. Let's go in. BJ's 2005. This could be interpreted two different ways. This looks like a home office. It's weird. And here we have the basement of doom. Yeah, these people were Scottish, huh? Look at that Scottish plaid carpeting on the basement steps. I thought that was an actual person. Look, oh, you can't see it. See that face down there? Okay, I swear there was something in the basement, but it was obviously like a bird or a squirrel or something, but I don't know if you can hear it on the recording, but something made a noise in the basement, and then I saw a shadow, and I bolted out of the house. And it was really, really embarrassing. So I could actually show you the footage because I kept filming, but I'm like running, tripping over things. The camera falls out of the selfie stick and like fell on the ground, and I'm scrambling to pick it up. It was pretty humiliating. Now I'm pretty sure it was just a squirrel or a bird or something, but that was funny. Okay, I'm gonna go back in there now. Keeping away from that. Oh my God, there's a creepy, like, Oompa Loompa clown wig in the sink. Animal paw prints. It's probably what is lurking in the basement. It is such a nice day out, but in here, it's pretty terrifying. Look at that. Why is that there? I don't like that. Look at this. This was an office. Why does it look like a house? Like every room, it was like, oh, wow. That's distressing. Like there's cat food all on the counter. And there's cat shit. I wonder where the cats are. So many private papers, but they look insanely boring. Like nothing of interest. Well, that says 2006. Oh. I found God, or Jesus. Nothing bad can happen to me now if Jesus is here. That's a very pretty cabinet shelving unit. Let's see what's going on upstairs. Oh, that's a cool rug. That's like an IKEA rug. I haven't found any 80s toys or any toys at all. This room's very bright. I'm definitely going to fall through the floor. Definitely. Okay. I hope everyone's enjoying this kind of boring tour of this empty house. One false move and I'm going to fall through the floor and this house is going to collapse. What year is this meant? 2007, August. Okay. Vandals have certainly done a number on this house, though. I mean, is all this necessary, really? If I were a teenager, I'd want to hang out in here and not destroy it. Butterflies. Let's go in here with the cool carpet. There's some discarded clothing, and I hope that's dirt. I really hope that's, oh my God, that is not mud. That is not, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave this room because that's gross. This house is boring. It's very boring. This house had so much potential. And it's boring as fuck. I mean, come on, it had a wishing well out front. And a shed, a torn apart shed filled with VHS tapes. I thought it'd be a gold mine in here. And it's kind of boring. It's still cool, though. Every single abandoned house is cool in its own way. Cool fireplace. Yeah, this was definitely a house that somebody turned into a office. I mean, I guess I could check out all these papers, but I've looked at some of them and they're boring. It's like bills and receipts, like that. Look at that, it's still plugged in. Adding machine, calculator. I feel like I have to really poke around because I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm not. I almost want to go through this whole place again because I'm convinced I'm missing something. This house can't be that boring. Oh, tape cassette. Tape cassette. Maybe that'll save the day. And it is. Pump up the volume. Oh my God, that's awesome. Hold on. It's the pump up the volume. It's movie soundtrack, you know, starring Christian Slater. That's actually hilarious. That just made this house go from a 1 to about a 3. And Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. But to pump up the volume, that is epic. I saw that in the movie theater with my sister and her boyfriend, because my sister was in love with Christian Slater. I was going to go anything in this drawer, but I can see inside it, and there's just some creepy shoes, some creepy pumps. Those Cheerios look awfully new. One more time in this room. Let's open a drawer. Nothing. That drawer has boring stuff in it, but it has a file on Danvers, our favorite place to explore, or my favorite place to explore, but it's Danvers Savings Bank, and that's boring. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this part of the house is very boring, but there's still a big, huge garage full of stuff out there. And there's the basement. So let's see if we can make this adventure a little bit more interesting. Let's go to the garage. Checking out the garage and hoping it's way more exciting than the rest of the house. Okay. We have oh, I was gonna say, remember the other day with the Campbell Soup girl? I was like, where did it go? But it's here, it just fell. As usual, standard in abandoned houses, a National Geographic collection, and as always, Treasure Island. I found this book in 3 different abandoned houses. The war comes home. This was the Operation Desert Storm. Yeah, look, 1991. I love things on Reagan. I love Reagan things. Okay, what else? Ready for war. Yeah, this is all during the Gulf War. That's actually pretty interesting. So far, we got a lot of garbage. Some hockey skates. It looks like the garage is just as lame as the house. My father had one of these. It's one of those electric golf putters. Like you plug it in and you have to hit the ball in there and then it ejects it back to you. Ooh, what's this? That is really cool, and somebody had to smash it. Why? That's awesome. That's That's so awesome. And it's a TV because it's got contrast, horizontal. That's a TV screen. Oh, why did somebody break that? Why would you break that? Oh, I would have dragged this thing out of, I would have carried that thing on my back all the way through the woods to my car if somebody hadn't done that. It's amazing. It's awesome. And it's broken. I hate the vandals so much. It's an Admiral. Tiffany lamp. If I was one of those teenagers, instead of carpet, I would have walked out with the Tiffany lamp. I don't know where they got the carpet now that I think about it. Everything in the house and in this garage is like wet and disgusting. Okay. I forgot that the fact that this house does have a legit wishing well does make it a tiny bit more interesting. You got to admit that's cool. That's probably the best part of this house, the best discovery I made at this house, besides the Pump Up the Volume soundtrack cassette. And it's like a working wishing well. I think I already filmed this, but like there's electrical stuff, meaning it actually, I don't know what a wishing well would do. Did it light up? Did it like filter the water? Did it, well, it's on. Let's turn it off and then on again, because that's awesome. Let's leave it off. Is there anything in this boring shed? I bet there's not. I bet it's gonna be just as uninteresting as the rest of the place. Yup. It's got a really old lawnmower though. It's kind of cool. Vintage lawnmower. Other than that, absolutely nothing. And there's a sink and a creepy bed that looks like it's an asylum bed. That's pretty old. Those are pretty cool fixtures though. This place is so boring that I'm commenting on the sink fixtures. The sink fixtures that are lying here in the backyard. It's a pretty sad commentary on this explore. We're gonna check out the basement, but we're gonna go this way. Maybe. Well, that's... Hold on. Trapped. So there's this little like stone hallway section thing that goes there, and then it goes way down there. Bunch of coal. No, that's not coal, that's just black rocks. Doesn't that look like coal though? It totally does. And there's this old-timey like bag with a combination lock on it. That's the basement. There's the staircase. I'm at a loss for words because of how boring this is. If this had been my first house I ever explored, like my first abandoned house, I probably would have thought this was awesome. And I would have been gushing about how this is the best adventure I've ever been on. This house was so awesome. What a great day. But after seeing so many other houses, this one is paling in comparison. It's a lot of basement. I didn't think it'd go on that far. Old computers. Boring stuff. There's a toilet. That's very not private. Like, what if somebody's doing the laundry over here behind the refrigerator and you're over there going to the bathroom? That's awkward. Yeah, private boring papers. I think I've been desensitized to private papers. Steal this urine test. That's what this book is called. Steal this fighting drug hysteria in America. Okay. Oh, it's the O.J. Simpson book. That's actually pretty cool. Wow. It absolutely smells like pee down here. Wow, the O.J. Simpson book. Maybe I'll have to read this. I don't know. And that's weird that that book is like propped up like that. Oh, that's weird. There's also the Mark Furman book. These people were heavy into the Gulf War and the O.J. Simpson trial. Winning through intimidation. Rush Limbaugh. Okay. The O.J. Simpson book was pretty cool. I'm gonna leave the basement. I don't want to go through all that crap again, so I'm gonna go up the Scottish plaid staircase and go back through the house. We're back here in the boring house. Let's get out of here. What is this? Tab Cola. I think they still make Tab though. But what is this? Oh, nothing. Look at that. It had just like this house, that had so much potential to have something awesome in it. But of course, this is just the house of disappointment. Okay, let's go down the abandoned driveway and see what all these trailers and trucks are for. This might solve the mystery of what those kids were doing, because I did notice they were kind of around this area. Ooh. I really don't want to open that door and have someone be behind it. Ooh, birds. The damn birds. This is kind of cool. Like to go on vacation in. But it's weird. Like this part looks like it was a kitchen to a trailer home with the AC and the counter and the electrical box. And then this part is like storage, like not livable space. Okay, that was uneventful. But at least there were no murderers in there. That looks like a creepy robot face. (1968) and this newspaper is on the ground. Normally 51-year-old newspapers are long gone if they've been outside. Normally you find 51-year-old newspapers inside a house where they don't blow away or get ruined by the elements. But yet here is a 1968 newspaper still here in 2019, which is also evidence that other people have been here. Like, even if it came from this whole trailer is exposed. That's bizarre. I love these ads though. Bradley's covers you from head to tree. Must have been their Christmas sale. Yeah, this is November 6th, 1968. I would show you what's in that truck, but you can't get inside. Like, the door is rusted shut. I tried it, and there's no other way in. So all the exciting stuff is probably in that thing.
Okay, I risked life and limb to get this shot, so you all better enjoy it. Getting in this was incredibly dangerous, and I am kneeling on a bunch of very dangerous junk full of rusty nails. So yeah, enjoy this moment. I suffered for it. I'm not even kidding. I almost sat on a rusty nail twice in there. I have to say though, this was a pretty good find, despite the fact that there was nothing all that interesting inside the house. I'm impressed with myself for finding it. I found it quite by accident. And as far as abandoned houses go, they all don't have to be interesting. It's just kind of cool to find them. So I'm not all that disappointed. It was fun finding out that there was nothing inside that house. I had fun. I didn't even know there was a river or a creek right there. That's cool. This was a nice location. This looks like a little swimming hole, right? I think it is. Because look, there's, or this was a, like, look over there. That's concrete. That was man-made to go kind of around. This looks like it was made on purpose. Like it was a little fish pond. Obviously the creek was always there, but it looks like they made it into this little pond before they turned that into a very boring home office. And there's a very, very ripe looking orange. That's an orange. That looks like it was recently put there. with the sticker still on it. It has the sticker still on it, like the produce sticker. People must constantly hang out at this abandoned, boring house. I really want to take an embarrassing selfie in that bathtub. Sorry you had to see that. Had to be done. I'm going to walk away from this boring house with a lot of exciting diseases. Even the woods behind this place is boring. Ooh, 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 ooh. Polaroid picture. What's it gonna be? Nothing, nothing. Everything about this place is just absolutely disappointing. Remember the other day when I stood here and made a wish at the wishing well? And I didn't tell you because I wanted it to come true? Well, my wish was that when I come back, I find a bunch of awesome stuff inside that house. And we all know how that wish turned out. Thanks a lot, well. I want my dime back. Stupid well. Okay, so this was yet another abandoned house that I found in the woods. I'm very impressed with myself for finding it, like I said, but as you can see from the video, it really wasn't all that exciting. But it doesn't matter, because finding abandoned houses in abandoned buildings in abandoned places is always fun and exciting. So as much as I bitched and moaned about how boring this place was, finding it was still awesome. I used Google Earth and saw this in the middle of the woods and made an assumption that it would be an abandoned house, came here, and it was. It had an awesome wishing well. It had a pump up the volume soundtrack cassette. It was pretty cool looking. So no matter what, my goal is to show you all the abandoned places I find, whether they be exciting or not. And you can take away from this video any interpretations you want about how awesome this place was, because it had its moments. But now I'm going to leave here and never come back. Bye.